G'day, I'm Blake. This is Monster of the Week through Open Hearth Gaming online community, and I want to stuff up the order of those words. So, to tie in, the characters are in Jackson, Wyoming, just south of Yellowstone National Park. And, right, so it's the 23rd of December. A few months ago, Meg spent some time looking into the Demon's Dance and their cult, visiting libraries in the area and discovering that one of the things she discovered, Meg is a she, and discovered that Morgana's been around for centuries. She's found photos from like 50 years ago and 80 years ago and 120 years ago. And it's like, that's the same psychopath. Okay. Meanwhile, in Jackson, Amber, what the hell is Amber? The mundane, that's what she is. All right, so Amber the mundane and Ethan the criminal. That seems harsh, doesn't it?
Ethan the crooked.
Walking through the park. There's a big sort of central park area. Looking for possibly some fairy creature. Now, you round like a bank of hedges and you see these lovely retrobates, Carla and Steve. They're doing a live sort of exercise shoot, and they quickly run over and sort of pull you by the arm to join. Here's a lovely local couple that's come to join us today in this fine, wintry but sunny day in this lovely town. Yes, so they're trying to get you, Amber and Ethan, to join in. Are you joining in, or how are you reacting?
I think it will be a bit taken aback at first. Like, you two know us. You've seen us around in Code, you're not local South Jackson.
Well, neither are they. They're just doing like a PR tour, but they're just thinking they're going to drag in some people. And this is on live camera. There's a bunch of cameras there in this chunk of the park. Is Amber doing or saying anything? Does she like this sort of stuff?
No, and we have a direction. We know where we're going, right? I know we were kind of like walking around looking, or is this where we're still?
Yeah, you were looking around the park for the fairy creature, but the park was suspiciously larger than you initially thought it was.
Okay.
But right now, you're on live camera, and they're trying to get you to join in the exercise group with all the.
You know what? This might be a good place to observe. Something weird is probably about to happen.
And also, nobody's actually spoken to these two yet. Not for this case. You did the previous case.
Yeah. So Amber will join in the routine for the moment, with the intention of like looking around maybe at the other people who are there and trying to get a view of the park. Yeah.
Okay. It's not hardcore because it's just an easy one to get the newbies involved in exercise on TV. And is Ethan joining in, or is he going to sort of stand aside and watch? Or
I'm going to join in as well, because he agrees with Amber's plan of just taking in the scenery and seeing what happens.
Okay.
Because we know nothing about this location.
Okay. I'll get the sign in a minute, don't worry. More recently, Meg and Jasmine have had a 3-day trip away to Jackson. The other night you had a Ashley Judd marathon where you watched, Double Jeopardy, High Crime, and Along Came a Spider. She's a super fan, you discovered, perhaps to your horror, but still. So you're in town,
Cool.
in the area. Sai, there's kind of a slow motion of you walking past some Christmas carolers. They're doing Bublé's Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Are you responding, interacting in any way, or you just keep headed to the park, or what are you doing? And it's like mid-afternoon.
I want nothing to do with that creature Bublé's schemes and works.
You just
so
said Bublé in my game. Jesus.
So I keep walking headed to the
All
park. I'm carrying like these 3 long iron fence spikes.
That's right.
Just over my shoulder, which I think adds to the maybe don't approach this guy vibe that Sai has in even the best of times.
Yeah, fair.
Sai
right.
never gets asked to join on-camera workout routines in parks.
Might be a reason.
He's
Okay.
fine with that. He is very fine with that.
So, Meg, Jasmine pulled some strings and got you a helicopter ride in the weather helicopter thing in town. And just as you got in, she says, it'll be nice. It might be nice if you moved in together. She didn't know if you thought that would be a nice idea or not.
Oh,
She seemed kind of nervous.
wow, that's a big step.
Yeah, well, you can think about it while we do this, and the helicopter takes off. The helicopter pilot switches to the local radio station, and they're playing "Last Christmas" by Wham. The weather's fairly calm. There's not much snow. It's still cold, but it's not actually snowing. The sun's out.
And it's December 24th?
23rd.
23rd. And the 20, what is the day? It's the 24th is the day, as far as we're aware.
Everything's due, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That this Faye,
Okay.
Sorry, Meg was not there last week. Or Gray was not present, right? Yes, there's this Faye who has been 10 years ago approached a bunch of people and often while they were drunk and offered them deals of power in return for something about their soul. Which we discovered this is how Ethan's rival Frederick, right? Is it?
Well, co-worker.
Yeah. Got his power and how Sai's father.
Oh no, Victor. Victor is his
right, yeah.
enemy.
That's right, yeah.
Got some power.
Sai's father and also this exercise couple, were they connected to that? I forget.
Yes, the exercise couple.
That's right. Because we saw them on camera having the same terrible mishaps that are apparently this Fey creature twisting probability or something to all these people who made these deals have been having very close calls.
Got
it. A deer ran into a sporting goods shop and all the guns opened fire. All stuff like that.
It was a moose, but yes. And now it's up. Was Amber, Sai, and Ethan sort of passing this information to Meg, or were you like, no, she's on holiday, leave her alone?
I think Ethan would have just left Meg alone. She has a lot on her plate with the whole chosen one. Let her have some free time. But that doesn't mean that Amber couldn't have spoon-fed some information to Meg.
No, I really like the dumb decision of being like, if we tell Meg that we're in this Fey thing, Meg's gonna come, and I know that, so I'm gonna make the choice to give Meg this thing.
Lovely
Cool.
holiday.
So Meg's completely on the dark, just having a nice time with Jasmine.
Happening by complete coincidence to be in this tiny resort town in remoter part of Wyoming that we all just randomly went off to.
Okay. So, Amber and Ethan are doing, jumping jacks and punching forward and crap on camera to the music, along with Steve and Carla. And none of them seem super dodgy. They all seem like 30-somethings who had just got kind of dragged into this exercise thing today. You can't see anyone with red eyes. Obviously, you've checked for something unusual. You see the weather helicopter sort of zoom over the town. Meanwhile, up in the helicopter, the pilot's like, "Oh, I love this song," and he's cranking Last Christmas. And then he goes and falls forward on the stick as the helicopter crashes. Well, it starts heading rapidly down towards the park. Meg, what are you doing?
Oh shit! I do not know how to fly a helicopter. I'm gonna look for some parachutes.
You're not that high. You're only about 200 foot above
Nick
the
doesn't
ground.
know anything about parachuting.
Okay.
All right, barring that, I guess she'll go run to the pilot and try and reverse whatever lever he just fell in the hopes that
But he fell forward and it went forward, so I guess you can try and reach it back. All right, so it's already dropped about 50 feet.
I mean, odds are Meg would survive.
That's comforting. Jasmine's like, we got to jump into the trees. But she's kind of clinging onto your arm, and she's like, she's not jumping on her own. You're going to have to jump with her or suggest something else.
Okay, yeah. Assuming I don't suddenly figure out how to fix this helicopter situation, I will jump into the trees with her.
That would be act under pressure.
All right. So that is with.
Might this be no limits? Given that we are talking about mid-grade superhero here.
Yeah. This would be jump through and not get hurt, basically.
Right.
That would be we landed and were not injured at all, because that's not possible. I mean, it is possible. It's really improbable.
Right. Okay, so we're thinking act under pressure or no limits here?
Yeah. Do you want to get potentially hurt or just something else happen?
I would prefer as many people survive this situation as possible.
Okay. So yeah, go no limits.
All right. So that is with weird. So that is even. That is a 7.
Choose one consequence. Yeah. So suffer harm or forward. All right. So you grab Jasmine, you jump into the tree, you hit the ground, you take 1 damage.
Cool.
Because you took most of the impact and you kind of rolled, but yeah, the initial smack to the ground you hit. So
Meg hits the ground, falling from 100 feet, takes 1 damage. That seems.
Yep. Amber and Ethan, you saw the weather helicopter rapidly come towards the group that you're doing exercises in. You saw just before the helicopter is about to smack into the group you're in, you saw Megan and Jasmine leap out the side of it. Sorry, you probably would have seen that from a distance. You're like, oh, the helicopter's low.
I mean, Sai is always very aware of low-flying helicopters.
Yeah.
That's what
Amber and
they
Ethan,
use.
there's about 12 people around you. There's a helicopter incoming towards where you are. What are you going to do?
Well, this is a conundrum. I think Ethan would have, upon seeing the helicopter just going straight for them, he probably just yell at everyone that just gets away and try to help anyone that seems to be like lagging behind.
So you're going to try and take some cover and you yell out, get down or get away or something.
Basically,
Yeah.
scream at everyone, get down, get away, and then help anyone that seems to be struggling to get away.
Okay. That would be manipulate someone. Oh, actually, it's kind of like, it's manipulate someone. I'll give you a situational +1 because they can see the helicopter coming towards them.
Yeah, okay.
On the bright side, Meg got out of the answering the move-in question.
Okay, that's 15.
So, yep, they're like, yep, this is good advice. We're starting to scatter. Amber, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I'm imagining is the couple still like kind of lagging or like
Yeah,
caught up in
they're
their
kind of
own
like, what the hell? Because they're
stuff?
kind of looking to the camera, thinking, can we salvage this situation?
All right, and I'm thinking maybe like if they're gonna start running, maybe they're gonna start running like away from the helicopter that's coming towards them, and therefore end up getting hit with a helicopter. So I'm going to use charm to protect someone, move, and be like, no, run towards me, and like kind of grab them and try to run in that direction. That would
Okay.
maybe not be intuitive to them. And I had an advancement last time, and I did a little more into charm, which is going to be an 8. Am I going to get hit by a helicopter? Maybe a little
Even
bit.
with the situational -1, you still got a mixed result, so that's all right. So
Yeah, suffer some harm. Okay.
protect someone, so 7.
Or at least get a sprain, I guess.
All right. So the helicopter hits the deck, the rotor comes towards them. You managed to sort of dive so that you're between the blades. You don't smack your legs, so you'd probably get 2 points at least from that. But it could have been much worse. But they sort of dove the other way. So they're also injured, but not dead. The tail rotor hits the ground, comes flying. It's kind of arcing towards Sai. What's Sai going to do?
Sai will have immediately like gone to cover when he saw the helicopter going down.
There's maybe a bus shelter or something there.
You would have like immediately ducked behind that. While spying out the situation to get a sense of what's going on.
You realize you're crouched next to Victor.
Oh, no,
it's just
the
like,
worst place
what the
to
hell?
Sai just looked at him and booked it in the opposite direction for Victor. He knows there's a very good chance that whatever is going to happen is aimed right at him, and standing next to this guy is not a great place to be.
Okay, so
and he
you're
doesn't
doing
care
the
about
opposite of protect someone.
He doesn't care about this crook.
All right. Let's make a random roll here. Oh, that's right. Then I remember what Victor's thing is. So, as you're running off, you notice the rotor blade bounce off like a light pole, bounce off a building, and then it comes straight at Victor, and then it just sort of stops and falls to the ground. And you're sure he should have been chopped into chutney, but he just sort of dusts off his suit and walks off. There's a reason for it. But okay. Meanwhile, back at the we'll go back to Meg and Jasmine. You've landed on the ground. a good 50 feet away from where the bulk of the helicopter crashed. Think of the YouTube hits this film's gonna get.
Holy shit! Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought the helicopter was a good idea.
Oh, Jesus. You could not have known that that helicopter pilot would have a heart attack. What are the odds? Oh,
Uh,
just glad you're okay.
we should see if anyone needs help, I guess.
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, so you go into the clearing. Amber and Ethan are there with like 12 people that dove behind bushes and trees and stuff. It looks like Amber's been hurt, but like not unconscious or bleeding or anything.
I'll go over to her. Amber, what are you doing here? Are you okay?
What are you doing here? Aren't you on vacation?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, then leave. Or stay and help us fight. There's a whole fairy thing. We'll talk about it.
Oh, shit, your leg. Let me help you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Oh.
All right, Ethan, you can see this. You can see Meg and Jasmine are there. Jasmine's a reporter and a cousin of Sai, by the way. Yeah. Are you doing anything or?
Maybe just greet Meg. Hope your vacation's going well. Despite all the looks at the helicopter in the ground circumstances.
Yeah, it was going great right up until the helicopter pilot had a heart attack. Just super crazy.
Okay, that's new. They didn't kill anyone so far.
I imagine you're giving me a look that said this is much less surprising than I think it should be.
More or less.
You can hear a siren as the police and fire ambulance are on the way. It's only like 10 streets in town, so it's not going to take them that long to get here. All right, Amber, you up to anything?
Yeah, I guess getting back on my feet, I'm just telling Meg, like, we don't have time to talk to the cops. We have to find and maybe kill a fairy before, I want to say midnight. Or like probably more people than we know who we either love or just, exist around us are going to have their souls reaped by Santa Claus.
Oh,
Actually,
shit, why didn't you tell me?
Oh,
interject. Actually,
yeah.
I talked to kidneys. Santa Claus, not real. Who would have thought?
Yes.
But Krampus apparently is there.
Okay. Sai, you're, a street away. You can see the park from where you are, of course. Yeah, you saw Victor dust himself off and walk off unharmed.
Yeah. Can I have just a pair of off the shelf binoculars?
Sure.
I start surveying the park. Looking. My friends can handle themselves. I'm looking for this fairy for signs of the magic or the park we were told might be where this thing is or was going to be waiting. I am just 100% focused. Find the target.
Okay. Roll plus sharp. This is kind of modified investigative mystery.
All right. Someone have a link to the roller?
Oh, yep. Actually, no. This will be read a bad situation, so it'll be sharp. Yeah.
Okay. Love that for me. That's an 8 plus 3, 11. So I hold 3. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
You're kind of making your way towards the edge of the park. You can see in a bush there's a leg sticking out. Just like the bottom of a leg in a shoe.
Like right by me or a ways
Yeah.
away? Okay.
Oh, just 20 feet over there.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
Well, you have a quick look at the body. It looks like a paramedic. It looks like they've been knocked out and just chucked in the bush. Further into the park, you can hear, like an ambulance siren that they've driven in and stopped.
All right. I've got a pretty good sense of what's going on here, but I've got one more question. Can I hold that final question for a little bit? Yeah, yep. I want to book it for the ambulance.
Okay.
And as I do it, I don't know if the other people have their walkie-talkies on or not, but yours walkie-talkie. I
don't think Meg would, but I think either Amber or Ethan probably might.
If not, that's totally fine too. But Sai's voice comes over the walkie-talkie saying, "This is Wildcat. Ambulance. There, it's in the ambulance. Over."
This is Skeeter. Copy. Looking for the ambulance. Probably coming to the helicopter crash.
Yep. Yes, it is. Oddly enough. So the ambulance rocks up. The paramedic guy gets out, and he's sort of got a first aid kit. And he's like, all right, he's sort of looking for the most obvious wounds. Would probably be Carla and Steve. They got big scratches because they were wearing shorts and t-shirts, so you could see their wounds obviously. So he starts doing some bandages and disinfectant on their legs and arms.
It's me who's screaming that I'm so injured and need help.
I mean, you are, but you're kind of exaggerating it to get their thing. That will be manipulate someone.
Great. Let's try it out. Wow. 5. No, they don't buy it.
No, it's just you get your turn. Don't worry about it. And but they do seem quite focused on Carla and Steve. They're not really looking at the other people as much.
Oh, would the others have heard what Sai said over the talkie? I guess it was over the speaker, so they would have heard that thing. Somebody stop them.
Sai's meanwhile like booking it across the park, like panting. He's not in terrible shape. He does this all the time, but like you can see him like slowly getting closer, but clearly not there yet.
Ethan, you up to anything?
I guess upon Amber's requesting that we stop with the paramedic or that we do something with the ambulance.
I'm gonna need somebody to punch that paramedic.
There aren't quite a lot of witnesses around.
Wait, are you sure?
Or something.
You could, puncture the tires or something.
Oh, like when they're like, are we worried they're going to be taken away in the ambulance? Or I figured they was just going to get their soul stolen.
I mean, all I said was it's in the ambulance. So
yeah, the paramedic guy looks like he's trying to get Carla and Steve to come in the ambulance.
Oh, okay.
I guess Ethan would probably just, while the paramedic is still focused on the couple, Ethan would just like sneak off to the ambulance and try and see what he can find out in the back. based upon what Sai said.
Yeah, it looks like a real ambulance, regular sort of medical stuff there. There are 2, what do you call it, gurneys with, straps and a couple of first aid kits, and nothing out of the ordinary there. There is an odd smell of honey around.
Probably just a medicine. Ethan is going to just radio to Sai. Gecko here. What do you mean ambulance? It's in the ambulance. There's nothing in here. Just regular first aid.
The paramedic can't. There's no way I'd be able to like provide a full info dump.
No.
Well,
Okay.
Short of like stopping and saying I'm going to prioritize informing you rather than getting there, and I don't think Sai's in that mindset right now.
Yeah. Meg, what are you doing?
Okay, I think based on that information, Meg is gonna run over to this paramedic and get in their face, like, "Hey, my friend said she needed help. Why aren't you helping my friend?" Just like making a huge obnoxious scene.
Yep. He sort of has a look and, all right, hang on, I'll get you some painkillers. And he's rummaging around the back of the ambulance, and he says, yeah, take 2 of these. That'll help you relax.
Hey, are you even like a real paramedic?
What? Of course I am. And he's, trying to get Carla and Steve into the ambulance. Amber, you look at the pills, and he could he didn't. He just sort of grabbed some pills and shoved them in your face. They're Viagra. They're not even painkillers.
I like this ambulance. Driver's a little sketchy, but they've got supplies for whatever's necessary.
Does he have red eyes?
Have
a check.
If you don't look at his face, his eyes look green. As soon as you turn to look at him, they look like normal human eyes.
Okay. Maybe he's bewitched, sorcelled.
What's my best way in to the ambulance? That's my third question.
Well, I mean, you could just hop in to the driver's seat, or you could pretend to be injured and lay on one of the gurneys.
Well, I've got a much worse idea.
You going to go on the roof?
No.
No.
Sai finally comes sprinting up to the situation and says, "Is everyone all right? I'm a doctor."
This is definitely manipulate someone.
Because I can use sharp instead of charm when I manipulate someone by relying on my knowledge and connecting everything together. So it all fits together, man.
This is high on the list of things I would never do. I would never pretend to be a doctor.
I mean, I do have actual medical experience from like running my own black market
Yeah,
infirmary, but that's an 8 + 3, 11.
Okay, they're like, sure. They're like, thank you, doctor. I can, if you attend to these 2 in the back, and I'll drive us to the hospital.
That's the paramedic says that?
Yes.
Sure. I nod and I said, this woman also needs help immediately. Can't you see she's bleeding internally? I sort of point toward Amber.
Okay. He's like, all right, fine. All right, so Amber, Sai, Carla, and Steve get in the back of the ambulance. The paramedic goes to drive off. If Amber's going along with this.
Yes. Yeah. You can't blow up an ambulance if you're outside of it.
Okay. So yeah, Ethan and Meg and Jasmine are still in the park. Victor walks up next to Ethan looks straight at him and says, "What are you doing here?" Oh, show a picture of Ethan of Victor.
Ethan just goes,
So, Victor, criminal mastermind, possible business associate of Si's father, a rival of Ethan.
Ethan is going to be like, "Oh, fancy seeing you here. I'm here just on a it's a vacation. Always use it once in a while."
You know some of these people?
Yeah, I know some of the people. Not too many.
He's just sort of
Ethan's just frantically looking around, like trying to find a way to just get out of this conversation.
there's a bunch of witnesses, so he's unlikely to actually like shoot you in public or anything, but
Oh, say, Ethan, weren't you gonna show us that thing that you said was really great that we had to see?
I think. Oh yeah, that thing.
Sorry to interrupt you and your friend. I just remembered that I think you said it was going to close soon.
Oh yeah, look at the time. If you wanna make it, we need to hurry up. Yeah, so sorry. We
yeah,
have to make like this, Victor.
all
I
right.
see you've been through a
He
lot.
nods and wanders off. He pulls out a phone. He calls Amber. Actually, you get a call from Victor. You're in the back of the ambulance at this point.
Yeah, whose number I don't have, but pick up.
All right, so a number you don't recognize rings.
I assume I don't have it. I don't know why I would have his phone number. But yeah. Hello?
Amber, this is Victor. We chatted earlier today.
Oh, okay. I did have it then. Anyway, well, no, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm interested in donating to the Police Benevolence Association.
All right, we'll chat another time. Hangs up. Okay. So, Meg and Ethan, you see the ambulance drive off with Amber and Si in the back.
Yeah, okay. So we've got until tomorrow, until like Christmas Eve, to figure out what exactly is going on here and stop it.
Shit. This does not seem great.
Yeah. But we've got a suspicion that whatever is supposed to happen, like whatever these people who have made like this deal have to trade in, they need to do it somewhere here in the park. And Ethan kind of just start looking around, seeing if he can notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. So you're looking around the park looking for like signs of fairy stuff or signs of something else. All right. Roll investigate mystery. So roll plus sharp. Most of the other people are leaving the area because they're like, there was an accident here. Let's get the hell away. It's no longer a nice day in the park.
Okay, I've got another 7, so you get to ask one question.
Yep. Nice.
I guess the most obvious is what is being concealed here.
Nothing. There's nothing fairy in the park. The deal is between the fairy and the people. They've either got to make a new deal, hand over their souls, or someone's got to kill or banish the fairy. It's got nothing to do with the park. It was just a meeting place.
Okay, that at least narrows it down, if also slightly.
Okay. Amber and Sai. Oh, so was Meg helping Ethan, or was she doing something
I think
else?
while Ethan went off to start looking, Meg is having a conversation with Jasmine, like, shit, I'm sorry that our nice holiday got ruined, and now I have to go help save the world again. Like, this is what my life is like. This always happens. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
You
It's
should
fine.
know
We
that
had
about me. Like,
2.5 days of nice holiday. It was, it's not all bad. I can do some work while I'm here and write about this helicopter crash and get some money for work. It's all good. But yeah, hopefully we'll have dinner or something later tonight. Yeah.
yeah, let's do that.
All right. So she starts going into work mode and talking to people in the area and what happened. And okay. Meanwhile, Amber and Sarah in the back of the ambulance with Carla and Steve. Despite being injured, they're still trying to push their exercise program and see if you want to sign on. And then you hear the engine go as the driver speeds up. He then lurches towards the side of the road.
Is the front cabin accessible from the back?
Sure, why not? You see the driver sort of look back with a bit of a grin on his face. Eyes are red.
I lunge forward and stab him with an iron spike.
How big are they?
I assume they're these are like fence spikes, so probably 3 or 4 feet long, a meter.
That might be a bit hard to maneuver with 4 people in the back, but okay, sure.
I'm not saying a fence. I'm just I just want a fence with him or something. I just want a sharp stab.
Yep.
Pierce the skin.
Yep. Roll, kick some ass. I will point out he is driving quickly in a van that you're in.
He's about to jump out, so okay, so kick some ass is tough. I am 0 tough, which could be way worse. But what's luck for if not this? That's an 8.
So you exchange harm. In this case, it'll be from the vehicle rolling, hitting something and rolling. So you stab him and he goes, really doesn't like it. The ambulance hits something and starts to roll, and you're all sort of thrown about the back section, taking over 2 points of damage each.
Hang on. My harm says 3 of 7. Is that accurate? Or is that left over from a prior...
That would have been from a prior one, because you haven't been injured yet. Well, while he was going to stab, Amber would have had a chance to act. So, Amber, what were you doing while he was going, Were you opening the door and going to jump out, or shove them? Because Carla and Steve are on gurneys. You could just shove them out the back door and hope they roll down the street. I mean...
Yeah,
jump on one of them and paddle yourself down as well.
Well, I think that's it. It's gonna be they're both on gurneys. I'm gonna open the door, jump on top, they're say they're close together. So
the kindest hug.
Top of both of them and ride both of them out, which is a horrifying thing for me.
Oh, I mean, they smell nice and.
This is a Meg move. Is that cool? Is that going to be act under pressure, or is that going to be something else?
This seems like what could go wrong. Because you are out of the back of a speeding ambulance.
I suppose so.
So, it'd be act under pressure. Oh, no, it's protect someone, because you are specifically... Yeah, protect someone.
I mean, protecting me. I guess I'm protecting everybody.
You're getting them out of harm.
Except me.
Regardless. All right, so that's going to be plus tough, which is just a straight roll. Which seems right. 8. But I'm holding 2, which I can spend to reduce someone's harm suffered by 1. I'll be honest here. I'm gonna reduce my harm.
Okay.
They can get knocked around. They're very healthy. I'm not so much right now. And I've saved their life and reputation. This is the 3rd time.
Yep. So you're kind of half laying on top of them, holding the goonies together. You're sliding down the street. He goes towards the pole, and like a power line comes down and just misses you 3 by like this much. And Carla turns to Steven, hey, she's kind of cute. We could have her on the show. And Steve's like, yeah, that'd be good.
Always be hustling.
Meanwhile, back in the ambulance, Sai, you took 2 points from the rolling ambulance. You stabbed him. The ambulance has come to a stop as it's on its side and kind of skidded up against the building. What are you doing?
He is still there?
Yeah, he's trying to get out.
I want to keep the spike jabbed in him.
All right. It still kicks some ass.
It's like, did we ever get this guy's name?
No.
Creature's name? Okay. I mean, not his real name. Obviously, that wouldn't be something.
But, I mean, you can say, hey, Rumpelstiltskin, eat iron or whatever,
Like, hold up there, Rumpelstiltskin. I know what's up, and you can't have those souls. So let's kick some ass. I'm debating. It's a 9. I'm going to use luck.
Okay.
I want a complete success there.
All right. So you stab him. Complete success. Okay.
And my goal, if I can kill him, that's great. But if I can't kill him, holding him there and forcing him to talk is an acceptable. Sai's got sort of a manic grin on his face with like some blood streaming down from his forehead where he got gashed just now. As he sort of jabs this iron fence spike deeper into this disguised fairy creature.
All right, so he's kind of stuck and pinned against the wheel, and it's like, what do you want? You want a deal? Is that what? Money? You want lots of money? YouTube hits?
No
I can
deals.
get you a squillion.
No deals.
You see your father walking towards the ambulance.
Sai pauses and says, you're going to release Cypress Elderberry and those two buffoons back there from your agreement.
In return for you making a deal?
No deal. You're going to do it. And then I jab the iron spike in just a little more.
All right. So Ethan and Meg, you can't find much else in the park. You see Amber on top of 2 gurneys of Carla and Steve kind of slowly coming down the street. What are you doing?
I'm gonna amble over towards that situation like, hey, a new ride?
Yeah. I think Sai is Stars either died or is fighting with Krampus. I think it's Krampus.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Where
Which
is this
way did they go? I
exactly?
should go help with that.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, was that the damage I took reducible by armor in the crash back then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Love that for me.
All right. What's Ethan doing?
He will probably dash towards Versailles once Amber told them the rough whereabouts of the ambulance. Because if Sai is going up against, doesn't even have to be Krampus, it can just be anything. Sai doesn't, Ethan doesn't have like any faith in Sai's ability to defend himself, so he's just sprinting.
That's nice. All right, so Ethan and Meg are running up the street, and we got the heroic music in the background. Okay. All right, so this, yeah, he looks like a sort of older guy in his 50s. He's now got sort of 3 sets of eyes of red, black, and green. He's like, you sure you don't want to make a deal?
No deal.
The thing is, I can't do it for nothing. You have to give me something.
There's a name I didn't mention.
I've already got that. You have to give me something, otherwise I can't null the other deals.
Can I read a bad situation here?
Sure.
Or possibly I don't, or whatever it would take for like my knowledge of Fey deals to go in this.
Yeah, no, read a bad situation.
Yeah.
It's more like a legal battle than.
Yeah. 11 plus 3, 14.
Smashed it. Like,
so let me know if this is an acceptable way to interpret it. What's my best way out of getting trapped in a bad deal here? Like what I'm asking for is like what are the traps I need, the legalistic traps I need to watch out for?
if you kill him, it might piss off other Fae.
What's my best way into a good deal here? Like, what can I offer him? What do
Something
I know
that somebody else hasn't, like, 9 mushrooms picked by mortal hands. Because who's going to offer that? Just something different, something unique.
What's the biggest threat to me?
Your dad's going to be at the ambulance soon, and he could hurt your dad to, affect you.
Okay, give me a second here.
So Meg and Ethan are wandering up the street. You can see Mr. Elderberry II, aka Sai's father, walking towards the ambulance.
Does he seem normal or possessed?
No, he just seems happily walking up to see what's going on because the ambulance is on its side. It looks like they've crashed. So he's
All right. Be careful, Mr. Elderberry. There may be dangerous things in the. Sometimes cars catch on fire.
all right. So he sort of stops and he's looking around a bit. He's in a suit.
Uh,
Want a picture of him? Yeah, I have. Jolly good. So there's Size Dad.
just a moment here. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Ethan, you doing anything? Or?
I'm debating whether Ethan should, with his connection to Sai's father, if he should just like run up ahead and distract, possibly get him away from the ambulance, or if he should take the opportunity that Meg has provided to sneak into the ambulance and like help Sai out.
Yep, you can sneak in the ambulance. That's fine. The back doors are open.
Yeah, so Ethan is gonna sneak into the ambulance and see. He probably just like sees Sai like jabbing like this iron fence, like just into this guy's back. Be like, "Holy shit, Sai! What the hell are you doing?"
Making a deal, it seems like.
Ethan would notice there's actually a camera, an internal camera in this ambulance.
It seems like they're being watched. And Ethan probably just like quickly just smash the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to be creative here and come up with something that.
Ethan's another say, what kind of a deal?
It needs something in return for releasing its hold on my father's and those two goofus' souls.
Want me to summon Kidneys and let him act as our magic legal advisor?
Sure.
Okay, so Ethan's going to just bring out the imp stone and send summon Kidneys to act as any kind of like fey legal advisor.
All right. Maybe.
Use magic.
Could I roll?
That's a 7.
All right. So the little demon thing will say, "Oh, what do you want, Master?"
You're knowledgeable about the ways of deals, so we need you to act as an advisor with a deal with this pay. I'm guessing. Don't really know what this guy is, to be honest.
It's like, yeah, just give it something of value, like a baseball card you've had for 20 years or something from your childhood.
The last present from a father to his estranged son.
No. What is that, watch or something?
I hand him the cinema vouchers.
All right. Amber, you see a sign on the side of the road saying there's been a lottery jackpot for Christmas night. In front of the news agency. Other than that, what are you doing?
Wait, what about the lottery jackpot?
There's a sign in front of a news agency or paper shop that, yeah, there's a lottery jackpot for Christmas night.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's about 4 p.m. You're in front of the park. Steve and Carla are getting off the Goonies.
Okay. My plan is to join over by see if people are okay. Sai is still maybe dead, or who knows. And I guess I see Ethan and Meg and also Mr. Elderberry, the senior.
Yep. All right. I'll just take a quick bio break there for 5 minutes, if that's all right. Yep.
Yeah.
Still pretty warm here, so trying to stay out of the sun. How about you?
Pretty good. So far, the snow finally melted already this week, so it's just mud outside at the moment.
Ah,
Had a bit of a flood yesterday, like just the walkways were basically just giant ponds. So that was fun.
hmm.
The only thing that kind of was a bit selling for today is this weekend is like the whole like games on the demand online con,
Yep.
and I did like sign up for the game. It was supposed to be today, but it basically got cancelled like
Ah.
last minute. So
It's a bummer when you're looking forward to it.
yeah,
Oh,
took those
jeez.
up down like 13 hours before the game, and then the other last person like just like dropped out like 5 minutes before they're supposed to start. And I
Yeah.
guess the facilitator didn't really see a point in only for just one person, because I got like no messages or emails at the designated time.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
I remember playing a lot of games online 2018, 19, and then most of them went ahead. But as soon as COVID hit, just a lot of games get cancelled short notice. It's frustrating, but it's the way it goes. Okay, so so Ethan and Si are in the ambulance with the Fey creature. Meg and Amber are outside with Mr. Elderberry. Okay. But he doesn't actually know either of them, does he?
I don't think
No.
we've met.
No. Because
He
Amber and Ethan... No, Amber and Si went to chat with Victor in hospital. Ethan chatted with Mr. Elderberry. Yeah.
but I remember last session Amber like helped Mr. Elderberry a bit, so he knows what I recall.
Oh yeah, I think I waited for the ambulance with him.
Oh, yeah. When his bodyguard got shot 11 times by guns because a moose charged in there. Okay.
Well, it was Victor's bodyguard got shot by guns, right? And then
Yes.
Elderberry Senior almost got hit by a avalanche of falling automobiles off of one of those big trucks.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So the fairy will accept your deal. It'll look at sign. All right.
Is that all?
That's fine.
Seems a bit too easy.
What are the actual names of the exercise doofuses?
Oh, yeah. Carla and Steve.
I assume I know their last names at this point?
Yeah, you wouldn't have been advertised and everything.
So I clarify that Cypress Elderberry II, and he'll release his claims of the souls of Cypress Elderberry II and Carla last name and Steve last name.
Yep.
Then he agrees. I give it the cinema vouchers.
The sentence you don't say often.
Perfect opportunity to catch up on the MCU. I hear you've been out of action for a while.
It's it wanders off. Meg and Amber would see Cypress Elderberry II sort of shake his head and say, "Excuse me, where am I?"
Well, I'll sort of take him aside to make sure he's not wandering into the road. You're in a safe, well, relatively safe, as long as you don't go in the ambulance place. You don't remember coming?
I don't. And he's sort of confused and he's looking around. I don't know where I am. And he's sort of looking at his watch and his shoes and like, who the hell am I? What? And he sort of touches his head and, what? Did I get hit in the head or something? I no idea. Where am I? Who am I? And he looks at Amber. Are you my daughter or something? Is that
close?
Sai, we need you out here.
And he seemed like with it just a moment ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sai, what did you do?
The paramedic kind of walks off and just seems to sort of disappear as he's walking.
The van's outside, the door sort of like flips open, and this beat up, bloodied Sai sort of climbs out the top of the van, drops awkwardly down to the ground, and says, "Oh, well, what is it?"
Do you know who that is? I'll turn to Cypress II.
You know, that's your dad.
No, I mean, sorry. The I was asking the dad.
You're asking the father.
Yeah.
No. He looks injured though. Does he? I was going to say call an ambulance, but this one's tipped over. What? You all right, sir? Your father says to you.
Definitely not. My eyes sort of narrow here, like pondering two very different explanations of magic deal gone wrong and my dad's being an asshole. Both seem equally plausible to him at this point.
Ethan, your phone rings.
Hello?
It's the sound of someone snoring. It's Vanek's number. He may have pocket dialed you.
He probably just like he probably just like says like hello louder to see if anyone answers, and if there's no answer,
No, loud snoring.
yeah, Ethan just hangs up the phone and gets out of the ambulance and sees this scene in front of him. Awkward, and just shuffles forward to the rest of the group.
All right. So yeah, Cypher's
Yeah,
father's
understood.
there. Seems to have no memory of anything. You're in the middle of the street. It's now like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it will be getting colder and darker because it is winter.
So you really have no idea who you are?
And he kind of looks around, and I think I'm American. Maybe in the 50s. I've got a wedding ring, so obviously I got married.
Oh, I suppose she's gonna have to get involved in this. But I can tell that he's not lying to me.
Oh yeah.
Sai shakes his head and said, well, let's get this fellow to the hospital. And then we can talk about what we do next. Whatever happened to those doofuses? Someone should maybe check on them.
They didn't actually need to go to hospital in the first place. The paramedic was just rather insistent. They were, they needed help, but they weren't that bad. You're worse than they are at this point. Okay.
But the question is whether they've lost their memory as well. Is what I'm curious about. If someone
No, they were fine. They were trying to, get Amber into the franchise.
So post deal, they continue to be cogent and themselves. Is what I'm clarifying.
Yes, unfortunately, they are still themselves.
Look, honestly, Cyprus is definite improvement all around here, but
okay.
I take him into the hospital, check him in, don't share. If they ask for a contact number, I give them my mother's special number.
Gonna be super pissed off about that. All right. So you check your dad in. What is Amber, Ethan, and Nate doing?
I knew that seemed too easy.
This isn't over, is it?
Maybe not. Hopefully it isn't. This is just some crazy side effect, but I'm not really holding out hope on that.
Like, how many people were affected by this deal? Because it sounded like you only freed 3 of them.
From my knowledge, only 3 people.
Oh,
Mr. The Belly, a good couple of them, and Victor.
Oh,
So the only 4 that we know of.
I guess I forgot to mention Victor.
Don't really say you did good by keeping him in the deal.
Is the iron spike, by the way, is it covered in human blood?
Sure.
Okay. I find a way to wash it off and get some just to avoid obviously incriminating a paraphernalia on myself. Wipe it down with some alcohol, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, before we left the ambulance, because there's a crashed ambulance there that had a recorder in it. The camera is smashed, but oh my god, our fingerprints are all over this ambulance. I said I was gonna burn. No, yeah, I'm gonna knock the top off an oxygen tank and throw a lighter into it.
No worries.
Just wiping down all the fingerprints.
Basically, most of the emergency services would still have been dealing with the park helicopter crash site, so that's fine. There's enough people not around for you to do that. Bang, ambulance is gone. Hashtag Team Arson. Yep, there's always one.
It's the solution to more problems than you'd think.
We burned so much, so many things.
The cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
I don't know that cause, but anyway. Okay. So you drop off Sai's father in the hospital, you torch the ambulance, you chat about Victor's still got his curse / deal. Are you going to watch Victor or try and get him out of it? Or too bad, so sad, who gives a shit? I don't know.
yeah, Ethan. I mean, how? I mean, it doesn't seem. It seems like if we're gonna stop it, we're probably gonna have to kill this Fey or make another deal.
Victor.
Like, it's or yeah. I mean, Victor's gonna. That's just gonna happen eventually, I assume. What do you like? What do you want to happen?
If you kill the Fey, it's going to make other Fey mad at you.
Yeah, it's not my
everyone
preference.
knows that. That's why I didn't stab that guy in the heart.
Yeah, I already got a witch and some other enemies. So I don't really feel like adding a whole magical race to that list of enemies, to be honest with you. So I don't want to kill or otherwise harm it literally in any way. And to be, I don't care about Victor. To be frank with you, I think he's had it a long time coming. So I'm just perfectly just letting this happen, and that is when he gets his comeuppance.
That's where I was, and also he's got some magical protection. So I'm honestly curious to see how this plays out.
So you say we just follow him around until the hour of the deal and see what happens?
I mean, honestly, like, it's like Sai's got like a big bandage on his the cut in his forehead right now, and it's like, personally, I'd be fine just getting back home, but if you guys want to hang around, we can do that.
Meg, you've got dinner with Jasmine in about an hour,
dinner,
but
yeah.
all right, so you go out to have dinner with Jasmine. She's got some Chinese takeout. There's not a huge amount of choice in this little town, so yeah.
Sai will, after it's clear that everyone's going to hang around, he will wait in the hospital, not in the room. I don't think he does not want to talk to his father in the state or any other state.
You could debate that he's not really your father at the moment, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not his son, is the more precise thing at the moment, but he'd also made that pretty clear a few years ago. So, but Sai does spend the night in the hospital, like outside, mostly sort of keeping watch, like equally for any threats and also for like if his mom arrives. Either way, like, he wants to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to kill his father. He just thinks he's, the root of all evil in the world, which
He's not. He's just their lieutenant. But okay, so that night, what are Amber and Ethan doing?
Ethan will probably let Meg go and do her thing with the Jasmine. She was having a vacation. But he's going to avoid talking to Sai, give him some space, mainly because he doesn't want to have that awkward conversation about how he knows his dad. That's bound to happen at some point. So Ethan's just perfectly happy with just spending the evening doing whatever with Amber.
I feel like we're going to Ethan. If we try and tail him, he's gonna notice, or his bodyguard's gonna notice. But he called me about something. Maybe if I explain to him that, like, I don't know, I know what's coming for him, I can help protect him. I can be there whenever that happens. I don't have any interest in being there for when that happens, but
you don't want him to develop an interest in you being there when that happens.
I don't want to get shot and I don't want to get hit by a bus, but something it feels like it would be too easy if he's just, oh, his soul is gone. And I want to know what loose end we're leaving untied.
I get what you're saying, but it just makes me also feel like this strange sense of foreboding that something bigger is going to come if we just leave this. Even though I do just want to get this over with and just let what happens, but I do think you might have a point and we should at least see what's potentially coming after this.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest? We call him and see what happens, or do we just follow him around until he has to make another deal?
Maybe it's, do we know like where Vanek, we don't know where Vanek is. We just saw him at the hospital, right? Like we're not even going to be able to find him if
You talking about Victor, Ethan's
Victor.
enemy. Yeah. Well, you know he's in town. You've got his number, even though you pretended he was someone else, but you've got his number on your mobile if you want to call him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I was just wondering if it was even a viable option to, like, you know, surreptitiously tail him, which I think it's not.
Yeah, you could try that.
We could potentially, because we do know that Victor has like a cabin out here in Jackson, and Ethan has been to the cabin. He has scouted it out before. So if you do want him, but we can sneak over to the cabin, see if he's dead, and just follow him, tell him from there once he leaves in the morning the next day.
Okay. Yeah, if he's not at the cabin, let's call him. I don't feel comfortable just leaving that. If he wasn't your enemy, I would maybe leave it. Like if it was just a power couple, like what are they gonna do? But I don't know. Something's got me thinking about a creature wearing a mob boss's skin that has a great deal of resources and
not good. All right, Meg, you having your dinner with Jasmine? She seems a bit, I don't know, down gear, a bit quieter. Not as happy about the whole vacation as she was the previous 2.5 days. But she does seem happy to see you, obviously. She's reaching towards the Ashley Judd movie collection. But you can stop her. You have the power.
Now, if she wants a night in with a movie, like, let's do that.
Just have a chill out session and yep. Okay. Sai, your father's asleep in the hospital bed, occasionally sort of muttering one of his favorite songs and thinking he's a bit of a Frank Sinatra fan or something, and he's singing My Way or something, sort of mumbling it in his sleep. You'd sort of nodded off about 3 a.m. Naturally, that's when your mother rocks up.
Sort of like, I think starts to like up to his feet, like reaching inside his coat before he sees that it's his mother. And then he sort of keeps his hand inside his coat, just like a little more like chilly, but like not fully reacting or relaxing there. And says,
What happened?
Did you know he had made a deal with a Fey?
No, I know he made a lot of deals of various quality, shall we say, but I didn't know that. He did seem to have a lot of success at one point very rapidly, so that
about 10
may
years
have
ago.
been to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he made his deal. The Fae came around to collect on the 10-year anniversary, which was Sai doesn't check his phone because he doesn't have a phone. But time of day. I think it's today.
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
Against my better judgment, I tracked the creature down, forced him to release his claim on his soul, and then he lost all his memory.
It might come back. We'll see. Human memories are funny things. They're like water. Sometimes they bubble up. We'll see. Thank you for helping him.
2 other victims I also, against my better judgment, negotiated for showed no such consequences.
Why against your better judgment?
They're terrible people, but
you and I are not pillars of the community either. Why are they particularly repulsive?
Oh, they're not particularly repulsive. They're just annoying.
Occasionally repulsive.
I did include them.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean, he wanted something the creature demanded some sort of price and symbolic payment. I gave him the movie vouchers that Cypress there had given to me.
All right. I can sit with him for a while. When he wakes up, I'll chat with him and fill him in stuff.
Was he totally ignorant of the other world?
Yeah, thought it was total bullshit. He thought it was all just con jobs of people doing con jobs over the centuries. Didn't accept or believe any of it. To him, is what you did and what money you could make. That was reality. That was his world.
Well, that rules one thing out. Okay, well,
he probably thought he was helping us. He did. In his own way, he cares about us.
Agree to disagree.
But I can sit here now if you have to go.
We slept last night in a van, so I don't actually know where I'd go. But
well, you can stay. There's a chair on either side of the bed and just
yeah.
Just sit there in uncomfortable silence.
I don't sleep a lot. I'll try to get some of that done. It'll probably stop me from dying earlier than I eventually will, which won't be too long.
I mean, there's a spare hospital bed just over there. You could just have a snooze. Okay. The next morning, Amber and Ethan, what are you up to? Looking for Victor? Well, did you go out to the cabin? Were you going to call him or?
Was he at the cabin?
Yes.
Is it isolated, or would it be conceivable that we could
we could watch from a distance, yeah.
Watch from a distance. Yeah, maybe we just trail him then.
All right. You can see people moving around in the cabin. Looks like there's a couple of people there. You see him come out of there. He's got a Lincoln and he's driving towards town.
I guess we're just going to follow discreetly behind.
All right. He's driving along the road. There's a T-junction. A gas tanker comes speeding around the T-junction. It looks like it's going to sideswipe his car, possibly crush it, possibly explode. I'm presuming it's Amber driving. The Very long van. I noticed in the picture. What are you going to do, Amber?
Well, whatever happens to him is what's going to happen to him. I'm not getting involved in that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Ethan, you're not going to shoot the gas tank to make sure it happens, or just going to...
I don't know. Ethan is going to let this happen because we kind of saw, because Cyclops told us that when the whole helicopter incident happened in the park, that the blade that should have killed Victor stopped. So we kind of know that he can get hurt, but he cannot die until the appropriate time.
Well, you don't know the details. It may be something. He may be immune to some types of harm, but not others, or whatever.
That is a
So-
bet Ethan's going to take.
So, yeah, the gas tank smacks into the car, explodes. There's fire everywhere. Basically, no one walks away if you don't do anything. And yeah, burning car and gas tanker.
Well,
Are you satisfied with that ending, or should we help and see where it goes? Actually, yes. Gray makes a good point. Ethan probably just get out and try and save the tank of the driver.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll. That's fine. You get out of there. You help him. He's on fire, so you get him to lie down, pat him down. That's fine. He's obviously slightly burnt, but still alive and hurt.
is Victor in the car?
Yep.
Great.
Super well done on all sides. Yeah. This guy will need to go to hospital, this tanker driver. So you can call an ambulance or take him there yourself, or...
I think Ethan would pull him into the van and just tell him to very quickly to be much quicker if we take this guy to the hospital and potentially save his life, and then to wait for an ambulance.
Yeah. Let's put him in. Let's get him in the back.
All right.
See how
Him
Ty's
and Lauren.
doing.
Well, I guess that ties up Victor end.
Right, so you get to the hospital. Yeah, you check in this guy, and yeah, the paramedic comes and have a look and fix him up. He's gonna, yeah, he needs some bandages and some help, and he's had some smoke inhalation because he was right in the middle of the fire. But yeah, so this would be about 10 o'clock. So Si's probably awake. Is he still at the hospital? Is he gone somewhere else? Or
10 a.m.
yeah,
No, I think Si would have left at this point and gone to like a diner.
okay.
Had a,
There's only like one in town.
yeah,
So.
had a breakfast in silence as he ponders some things.
All right. All right. Is anyone doing anything in town before you go back home to Cody, Wyoming?
I think Ethan would have visited Mr. Edelberg at least once, just kind of like to confirm himself that he doesn't know anything, and then just tell him.
Is Si's mom there when you visit?
Yeah. Yeah, Si's mum's there.
And probably also he'll be cordial with the mom, and upon probably seeing that, yes, Si's father doesn't remember anything, he probably just asked the mother, I'm sorry in these trying times, but I do have some sort of business arrangement with Mr. Elderberry, and seeing that he is in no condition to really work with his own bank account, can I trust that you could potentially get me the money that I'm owed by your husband?
How much is it?
It's about, and it will I tell her the amount he usually gets after Mr. Elderberry.
Oh, it's probably like $1,000 a month or something for general, and then more for expenses.
Yeah, imagine that. He's not going to extend a lie to the woman he saw because he reached a UFO.
All right. So she'll give you $1,000. So you're an associate of my son?
Yes, an associate.
You were in his
called-
bunker the other day when I visited.
Yeah, that was a weird incident.
Just
No
keep
worries.
an eye on him if you can.
That's exactly what my deal with Mr. Elderberry entails, and I plan to fulfill it.
All right. So yeah, she gives you $2,000, and so I need some time with my husband now.
You're right. I understand. And with that, Ethan leaves the hospital.
Okay. And are you just going back to Cody, or are you doing something else in town? Or
Amber is also going to pay a visit to her aunt and uncle, and yeah. How does Zai's mom react? I was there when she was there, and she
she's happy to see you.
me.
Your family.
I'm slightly less so happy to see her because she's always very pleasant in that way, but not actually truly pleasant. And I'm just gonna stand there for a minute looking and address her. What's your mom's first name?
Oh, I think
Imogen.
Yeah,
Imogen.
Imogen Blackburn Elderberry.
Okay. Imogen, it's too late to make him a good father, and I don't know if there's a way to make him not be shit, but whatever you tell him, just you owe it to Sai to make him not shit.
Through clenched teeth, she says, "Opinion noted."
And I'll leave.
Stay safe. It was a recommendation, not a warning. Okay. All right. You get back to your home. Your home's back in Cody. Meg, what are you doing? Well, there's a question. Are you moving in with Jasmine, or are you going to stay in your own place?
I think I'm gonna have a talk with Jasmine and make sure she understands just how weird and dangerous my life is. And if she still wants to move in after that, then sure, why the hell not?
Yes. Ironically, you're her rock.
Oh man.
Look, in 2015, the journalism industry was not terribly stable. Uh,
All right. Yeah. So, Sai, you've got back to your home. Doing anything special, or?
I think we see Sai in the bunker under his cabin with a light overhead, sort of casting, illuminating just a portion of the now sort of semi-finished bunker he's got down there. And you see there's a table with a book open on it, an old book in like handwritten script with a vaguely weird leather parchment printed on. And next to it is the crystal that Morgana was trapped in. And you see Sai flip a page, and there's a diagram of a very similar crystal as he is researching this artifact and trying to figure out how it works and what can be done with it.
Okay. Ethan, you get back home. Vanix crashed on the couch, snoring like a bear. Not ironically.
Yeah, upon getting back to Cody, Ethan is going to probably go to the nearby shops, pick up some medicine, and pay off some medical debt that's owed by his father with the money he just got.
Yep.
And on his way to his father's place to deliver the medicine, he's probably going to also just go into the few shops and buy everyone like some Christmas gifts because it is Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve at this point. Yeah.
And so he's going to go and buy everyone a little bit of something that he's going to give them the following day.
Okay. Is anyone else buying Christmas gifts? Don't have to. Depends if you think your character's Christmassy or not.
Sai thinks Christmas is a conspiracy, though a very mundane conspiracy by corporate America to sell goods, and he refuses to participate in that.
Meg's gift is saving the world. Does it every fucking day. No.
No, Meg definitely gets a present for Jasmine and a present for Amber.
Okay. What do you get for Amber, you think?
That is a good question.
Are we talking a
I think
bulletproof vest or something more girly?
I think it's
or
something like, if on one of our recent missions, like her favorite shirt got destroyed, then Meg has like tracked down a shirt.
Ordered it from eBay or whatever. Yeah. Yep. Ethan, what presents do you think you got the others?
That is interesting. I think for the Amber, Ethan probably did like the same thing Meg did. Like he tracked down the shirt, and now she just has 2 copies of the same shirt. For the, Meg,
It's like a 2-handed sword or something, or
yeah, I'm thinking probably something combat oriented. Probably just like he got her. Probably like he just got her maybe like another fancy knife. Maybe not fancy than her lady silver one, magical
but
one.
This one probably won't doom the world if I use it. So
yeah, but probably a knife that won't just cast the end of the world.
but for fighting, it's not like a Leatherman or something, or like a Swiss Army knife or something like that. No.
Probably something just a bit fancy for the Christmas occasion, but something that can be used probably in combat. And for Sai, Sai and Ethan are going to have that very awkward conversation. So Ethan will probably just buy like a big like stack portion of MREs to give to Sai. So he decides to stay holed up in his bunker, just not talk to him. He at least has like some food that he can make.
Amber, do you get anything for Christmas or?
Yeah. I've got two of these good ones figured out, and I'm sure I'm gonna stumble on the last one. So yeah, for Meg, we both have had these like charm bracelets since high school, and we don't like really wear them. But we'll still get each other, charms for it, just as a cute thing to do. And I find like a vintage, kind of rare one with like a little Superman on it, that I give to Meg. To Sai, there is a package in the morning, on his doorstep, and after he thoroughly scans it with every possible method that he has, it is a wet specimen, like taxidermied snake in a jar. And for
Snake,
Ethan,
you said? Taxidermied snake?
yeah, like a snake, like a poisonous snake, in a jar, because it seems like it would just go well, whether it's a paperweight or you can find something interesting to do with it, with a note who it's from, because otherwise that's very uncomfortable to receive. And then what do I get Ethan?
You can think about it for a bit if you want. Ethan and Si, are you going to have that chat on Christmas Eve? Possibly in a cafe in town or something? Or
I think it might be more fun if Ethan comes back to his apartment and Si's waiting there.
Sai, how did you get in here? I made sure to lock the door.
Not hard enough, Ethan.
Apparently.
No, obviously Vanek let me in, and then I gave him some money to go out and get drunk. Sorry, did that puncture the mystery? It's
a bit.
Did it feel bad to have your illusions shattered?
wow.
Okay, Sai. There's no need to be a bit dramatic now, Ali. Everything turned out fine. Yes, Dad got his memories wiped, but everything's fine.
I mean, it is a distinct improvement.
Let's have to debate.
The question is, why were you working for him?
It's very simple. He wanted someone to keep an eye on you. I need the money. And I was really keeping an eye on you already with that whole monster hunting gig, so it just seemed like can win it around.
He specifically mentioned keep him alive several times.
Ethan, the world is full of malign powers trying to manipulate and abuse us for their own profit and occasionally bring the world to an end. We all made an incredible leap when we agreed to work together and trust each other to combat these dark conspiracies. How can I trust you when you would, I mean, my father's a terrible person. You shouldn't have worked with him. But if you'll take money from him, who else would you take money from?
You are aware of my background. I've taken money from a lot worse individuals than your father, if you're being honest. But I don't really see the big issue here.
Clearly.
Like every month, I just basically just give him a rundown about what you were doing. That's what it. And showed him that you were fine, you didn't get into too much trouble, was still alive. And I think I did a pretty good job of ensuring that you do stay alive.
We all keep each other alive, Ethan. And I appreciate that. I'm not upset that you tried to keep me alive. I'm upset that you went behind my back and worked with the one person in the world who, until about 24 hours ago, I was angriest with and most suspicious of anyone. And that includes literal demons.
You both know that you're suspicious of everybody, though.
Sai, let's put it like this. You don't have a great relationship with your father. You made it plainly obvious at this point to everyone, even if they didn't want to know. On the other hand, I do need the money because my father is sadly in not a prosperous position. He basically stays home all day because he can't really work because his last job at the factory left him disabled. And you know how the economy is and how basically the welfare basically just gives out pennies. So he's also kind of forced to work while being disabled. His health is deteriorating, and I need the money to help pay out the medical debt he stacked up over the years and for all the painkiller that he actually needs to keep going. So I do apologize that I betrayed your trust, but I do need the money to ensure that my father can live a comfortable life.
Sai is silent for a second. And then he pushes himself out of the chair that he's in, reaches into his coat, pulls out a fat envelope, tosses it on the table, says, "Sorry to hear about your parent, Ethan. Here's some money. Don't ever come by my house again." And then he walks out.
Ethan's just going to let him walk out. Not really look at him as he leaves. Can just look at the floor.
Righty. Okay. So, yeah, there's a bit of a break between missions with the festive holiday extravaganza that is Christmas and New Year's. Amber, what do you think you're doing over that time period?
I think I figured out what I got Ethan for Christmas, which is, and I just can't. I was like, I'm gonna try to think of something else because this is a slightly insane thing to give somebody. But it is Vanek's license plate turned into a pen holder.
Victor's,
God, not Vanek. Getting my V names like mixed up. Like just kind of like bent and turned into a pen holder.
Okay.
And over the holiday, I guess I was just visiting my sister. Weird time to visit before the actual holidays. Maybe they're going away for Christmas, and that's why we did it a little bit early. So I am I'm by myself for Christmas, but I will. So I'll call my sister at some point. Video chat with the kids, but that only lasts for so long. And then I'm back into working, because if I don't work, I'll have to think. And people still mistrust their spouses at Christmas.
All right. Meg, what do we think she's doing over the Christmas New Year period?
So I think some of this time is spent with moving in with Jasmine, because that's just going to have a lot of logistical pieces. And also, like, she wants to make really sure that she's not putting Jasmine in danger by doing this. And so,
Of course you are.
Well,
you absolutely are. That's just.
And she's trying to make that clear. Like, she's trying to mitigate that risk as much as possible. So, like, I think she's spending a lot of time, researching possible threats and, like, seeing if there are, protective measures that there can be.
Okay. She doesn't actually know any martial arts or anything. You could probably teach her some basic self-defense stuff as well, which,
That's a good idea.
It's an option. Sai, what is Sai doing over the New Year's or Christmas New Year's period?
He's getting high as balls. More specifically, one day he sort of comes down, tries to the snow down to the bottom of his lane to meet a very confused-looking FedEx driver, and picks up a package that's been, like, clearly hand packaged with, like, an address scrawled on it. And he takes it back up to his cabin and opens it up, and there's, like, a vial inside with this full of liquid and an eyedropper, and you see him put a couple drops in a glass of water and shrug, and then, like, take it back, and he spends a number of days experimenting with other states, which both reflects his current mental state of betrayal and also the move I'm about to take when I level up. So,
Jolly good. All right. Ethan, what's happening with Ethan over Christmas, New Year's?
Over the New Year's, Ethan's probably spending a lot of time with his father, helping on the house, spending quality time with him. And in between probably those moments he spends with his father, he's probably just his usual business, probably going to the bars a bit more lately with Vanik, and just kind of laments a bit about the last conversation he had with Sai.
Oh, yeah, Vanik. Well, maybe he'll come around. Who knows? It's you still got to work together if you're going to help, hunt supernatural stuff. I guess I don't know. I think he'll still want to do that. He seems too interested in that stuff to not do that. So he didn't say, he didn't say, I'm never going to talk to you again. He just said, don't come to my house. So,
He probably will accept my help.
I could kidnap him for you, but I don't think that would have a positive response.
Keep that idea.
He's only little. There's no way he could fight me off.
I keep that idea on the back burner at the moment. He probably will just, as you say, like, he's obsessed with the supernatural. When push comes to shove, he knows that he can't do it alone. He probably will begrudgingly accept my help, and I will help him in those situations, at least to keep him out of trouble, make sure he gets out alive. But outside of that, we'll see how things transpire.
Okay. All right. It's probably not enough time to introduce the next bit. All right, so we'll do end of session for the last mission. Did we conclude a current mystery? Yes. Did we save someone from certain death? Yeah, lots of people. Did we learn something new about the world? You gotta, sometimes you gotta make deals to break deals and shit with fairy. Amber's got good charisma for like athletic people doing videos. Did we learn something new about one of the hunters? Yes. We learned about Ethan's family and Si's family and Meg and Jasmine's relationship. And sometimes Emma can act like Meg and get away with it. All right, so that's 4 XP each. Yeah, I was honestly expecting the get on the gurney and go out the back of the thing to fail miserably, and it's like, this is why only Meg can do this, but no, she succeeded.
So this is the last. This is our 5th level up. So if everyone's on the same track, so next level up we'll be able to take the advancements, right?
Does anyone get an advancement now with that amount of experience?
Oh yeah,
yeah. This brings me to another advancement.
Yeah. I was at 4 already.
Yeah, cool. Does anyone have anything in mind, or are you going to take some time to think about it? Or?
I used the second option. I already used one of the 2 take a move from another playbook options. I use the second one to take the move from the spooky playbook. The sight. You can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences. You may communicate with, maybe even make deals with the spirits you see, and they may give you more opportunities to spot clues when you investigate a mystery.
Possibly make you want to drink more as well.
Yeah. Now, Sai's finally found a way to really fully see the secret world that he's always known as there, or has for the last few years known as there.
I didn't level up this session, but I did level up last session, and I did take like a point in cool that I just forgot to mention at the start of this session. But I am like 1 point away from getting like that advanced level up.
Amber, anything for you?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I have to think about it. If I want to try picking another playbook move again, or working out over the holidays to get some tough.
Maybe you could join in Meg teaching Jasmine sort of martial arts, self-defense stuff, and
great way to get to know Jasmine, and
That won't be awkward at all.
but less bruises than if Meg did. But, all right, Meg, did you have any advancements or anything, or are you still looking?
I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with this one. The previous one I had taken the chosen move, dutiful.
Okay. Okay. So over the next couple of weeks, Si, you have a recurring dream about running through a house as a child. It's like an old Victorian house. Amber, you see an ad in the window for like, house for sale or whatever. It's an old Victorian house, and you see it several times throughout the week. Meg, you're looking on, websites for shit on eBay, whatever you like, but this ad comes up with this Victorian house for sale. And Ethan, whenever you're wandering around town, you see like a reflection in the window of an old Victorian house, and you turn around, it's not there, and that happens several times. And then credits. Stand up. All right. Stars and wishes. Gray.
Yeah, this was a fun second half of a mystery, I guess. Yeah, I really loved that scene where Ethan and Sai had their falling out. I thought that was really well done. Yeah, I think everyone did a great job of playing their characters, and yeah, it was fun.
Any wishes for next time?
Just see where it goes.
Okay. David.
Yeah, usual stars to everyone else. Stars to Ethan for a great scene there. And to you, Blake, for rolling with maybe some unorthodox mystery resolution tonight, and also introducing some fun complications.
Brandon.
Yeah, stars as well. David and Don scene there. That was enjoyable, great drama, and it was a fun end to the mystery. And wishes, yeah, eager to see what happens next. And I don't know if it's a wish or just feels like where my character is going, but I feel like it's not anywhere good or happy. I'm gonna think about what that means, but I just I don't know. I just don't see happy things for Amber.
None of us are headed in especially good areas.
Yeah, but there's bad stuff that you can handle kind of well, and you're nobly going through it, and there's bad stuff that you can go through that makes you end up worse too. She just anyway, something related to that. So we'll look.
I mean, let's just say that I don't think Sai would ever take the advanced option to retire this character to safety. That's not an ending that Sai is going to get to his career.
Yeah.
Okay. Dom, any stars and wishes?
Yeah, I think what was being said, so we just to start to everyone for the roleplay and how we play the characters. To you, Blake, for running this mission in an enjoyable way. I will give an extra start to about David and Brandon. David for the great final scene between Sai and Ethan, and to Brandon for the whole gardening after the amulets, which I thoroughly enjoyed as it happened. It basically reminded me of that scene from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, where they just pop open the ambulance and just went over oncoming traffic. That's great. For the
Very good.
I don't really have any wishes. Just looking forward to seeing what happens next with the Victorian house and how otherwise things develop.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Started myself with the helicopter scene. I like that. It's not because I was thinking maybe Meg and Jasmine could be in the park. Nah, that's not interesting enough. How else can we do this? Oh, I know. It's going to be good. So jolly good. So the next mission is the last one of the season. Does anyone have anything specific? Like, I want to see Bigfoot tied in, or I want a cyborg to come out of the cupboard, or anything, any nemesis to fight, or anything, or just whatever.
If it's the final mystery of the season, then I think obviously we need to bring back the Cold, Zanks, Morgana. Need to make a comeback. I think. But we'll see how it goes.
From a character perspective, I think what I would want is for Sai to be able to at least partially anticipate or plan for something. I'm trying to sort of move in a direction of being more of a planner and prepared for what they encounter, and if the final mission would sort of be another step in that direction. Of course, it doesn't mean he's prepared for everything or accurately prepares for everything, but although the scheduling might be a little difficult for me, we're off next week, right?
Yes.
Okay. 2 weeks after that, I'm going to be on the road and may or may not be able to make it. The week after that, I'm good, and then the 16th, I am definitely not going to be able to make it. So
no worries.
So it's if we stick to that, we'll schedule out what we can do, or just Sai can.
It'll be easy enough to drop you in. That's all right. It just won't be with a helicopter this time. I'll think of something else. Righty.
And a character note, I think I maybe wanted the last mystery to kind of also test the strength of Ethan's relationship with his fellow hunters.
Oh, he seems to have a solid relationship with Amber. It's just things are a bit tense with Sai at the minute. All right, cool. In the stream.